Welcome back. We start off with the United States, where the Bureau of Labor Statistics reported that the producer price index for final demand remained unchanged in September, following a 0.2% increase in August. The index for final demand rose 1.8% for the 12 months that ended in September. The services sector saw a slight increase of 0.2%, while the goods index fell by 0.2%, mainly due to a 2.7% drop in energy prices, especially in gasoline, which decreased by 5.6%. However, food prices rose by 0.0, rather than energy increased by 0.2%. On another note, Fitch Ratings has estimated that Hurricane Milton could result in insured losses between $30 billion and $50 billion for Florida property owners. This brings the state's total insured losses for 2024 to over $100 billion, following previous damage from Hurricane Helene just 2 weeks ago. Fitch analysts noted that further increases in losses could depend on the demand for materials needed to repair damaged properties. However, state officials remain optimistic that Hurricane Milton won't deal with a devastating blow to Florida's recovering insurance market, while the destruction from the Category 3 storm, which claimed at least 4 lives, is still being assessed. Property damage appears less severe than expected. Insurance Commissioner Mike Yaworsky said reforms, such as reducing lawsuits against insurers, have strengthened the market's resilience. However, Wall Street analysts estimated insured losses could reach to up to $175 billion, potentially destabilizing smaller insurers. Governor Ron DeSantis dismissed those projections, while Citizens Property Insurance confirmed it can handle claims without needing to impose extra charges. TD Bank, one of Canada's largest lenders, has agreed to pay over $3 billion and pleaded guilty to criminal charges in the U.S. after enabling drug cartels and criminals to transfer hundreds of millions in illicit funds. Prosecutors revealed the bank failed to implement adequate anti-money laundering controls for nearly a decade, despite staff raising concerns. The settlement includes $1.8 billion to the U.S. Justice Department and $1.3 billion to the Treasury's Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. The bank is also facing growth restrictions in the U.S. and will undergo external monitoring. Moving to Europe, the United Kingdom economy returned to growth in August, following 2 months of stagnation, driven by expansions in services, manufacturing and construction. The Office for National Statistics reported a 0.2% increase in GDP, in line with analysts' expectations. ONS Director for Economic Statistics noted that while all sectors grew in August, overall growth has slowed compared to the first half of the year. Strong performances were seen in accountancy, retail and manufacturing, with construction also rebounding from July's decline. However, declines in wholesaling and oil extraction partially offset these gains. The French government has revealed its 2025 budget plan, aiming to slash €60 billion in spending and introduce tax hikes to tackle its growing deficit. The country's deficit is expected to hit more than 6% of the GDP by the end of this year, and the government hopes to bring it down to 5% in 2025, with a long-term goal of reaching the EU's 3% target. 40 billion euros will be cut from public spending, hitting all ministries. Education will face the biggest reduction, with over 4,000 teaching jobs to be cut. Another 20 billion euros will come from temporary tax increases targeting high earners and large companies. This is expected to raise 10 billion euros next year.
Alors évidemment, ce sera difficile. Il faut le dire que ce sera difficile. Évidemment, ça implique de bousculer nos pratiques et notre façon de dépenser l'argent public. Mais c'est nécessaire. Et si nous ne le faisons pas, et il n'y a pas besoin de dramatisation pour dire cela, si nous ne le faisons pas, la prochaine crise sera douloureuse. Et elle sera d'abord douloureuse pour les emplois et pour les petits salaires. C'est pour cela que le premier objectif de ce budget et de la trajectoire qui l'accompagne, c'est de réduire notre déficit et de contenir notre endettement.
In South Korea, the central bank cut its policy rate by 0.25 percentage points to 3.25%, marking its first rate reduction since May 2020. The move aims to revive the sluggish economy despite concerns over household debt. The Bank of Korea cited slow domestic demand, 6% in September, as key reasons for the cut. Central Bank Governor Ri Sang-yong suggested further rate cuts are possible if economic conditions warrant, noting that house prices in the Seoul area have cooled significantly since August.
오늘 금융통화위원회는 물가 상승률이 뚜렷한 안정세를 보이고 있는 가운데 거시 건전성 정책 강화 효과가 점차 나타나고 있으며 외환시장 리스크도 다소 완화된 만큼 기준금리를 3.5%에서 3.25%로 25bp 인하하고 그 영향을 점검해 나가는 것이 적절하다고 판단하였습니다.